Happy Saturday, y'all. Yes, I woke up at 2:30 in the morning and I got busy. And by about 8 a.m., after cleaning up the kitchen and getting laundry doing, I headed out and I did my agenda. And the priority right now is this grandbaby that I got on the way. So, we went to Hobby Lobby and spent a small fortune because they have closed Joann's. Now, I'm not sure if they put it under a different name. However, I was getting a little nervous after I started adding up what kind of lengths and widths I was going to need for this project that I'm working on. Now, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was struggling. I didn't get a lot of extra, like, baby sheets, the cute little crib ensemble, matching curtains, things like that. I didn't get any of that. And that's because I was so ultimately picky that quite literally I ended up making my own stuff. And the reason I ended up making my own stuff was because, why is that button thing down? Anyway, yeah. I couldn't find the patterns that I liked in the baby section. Everything was all like giant red fire engines and big bright fucking colors. And I couldn't stand it, and I hated it. The only thing I had that was bright colored was the Super Saucer that my daughter absolutely loved. That was it. Everything else was pretty much muted as much as I could possibly, manage back in 1999. Okay? So today I went shopping, and she had put out, I was looking and looking and looking. I'm like, where? I'm looking for a plaid and a dusty rose. Something country-ish type of, or, muted, right? Muted colors, not more pastel-y. So, one of the ones I found, and it is kind of baby pink. Now that I get it home and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, well, we're going with it because it complements all of the different patterns that I got. And she is a little girl. She says it's going to be a girl. And if it ain't a girl, then I'm just going to buy her, a case of blue Rit dye and she can go get busy. There you go. Anyway, so I went crazy and bought $450 worth of fucking fabric to make baby sheets for her. Now, the thing with cribs and babies is cribs usually, babies move around and they do, and the sheets, the fitted styles pop off. And I know how to make them so they don't pop off. And my sheets that I made for my daughter never popped off while she was in there, doing whatever she does in the middle of the night while I'm trying to sleep. She was up there cooing. I had baby monitors and, whatnot. So I went crazy and bought a bunch of stuff, like a little play area, because I'm a grandma. And I know what my kid liked. Now, this apple had not fallen far from the tree when it came to the color scheme. And I spent, 2 hours or more in the fabric section while the poor fabric lady was trying to you know, put away product and things. She was like, just let me know when you're ready. And she's like, do you need anything or something or that? I'm not ignoring you. I see you there. And I was like, I'm glad you're ignoring me because you're not rushing me. I am doing what I need to. I gotta find. I'm, you know, beside myself as far as selection goes. So I was a little overwhelmed. So we ended up with 8 different colors. And my mom come over. She's like, do you want me to clean today? And I was like, well, if you want to come by and spoof up, fold laundry, hang stuff, you know, do that. I need to get the sewing machine out, the one that I have never used. She bought it for me for my birthday 8 years ago. And, yeah, this is the first time it's seen air today. Took me an hour and a half to figure out how to thread the thing. In wine bobbin and whatnot, and I bought some sewing stuff, you know, whatnot. I have to get out to the, God, my hands are so tore up. I have to get out, that hurt. Snagged I got a hangnail, jagged skin, Jesus, fucking nail sucks. Anyway, I gotta get out to the garage. I have a crate full of craft and sewing supplies, you know, like the little like tomato pin thing and whatnot. The threads are probably useless because threads do go bad, so you don't want to use old threads. They snap and break and shit. You gotta buy fresh. So those can go. But I do have I think a snap thing where I can make snaps, you know, and various other different things for sewing, little like flexible tape measure and whatnot. But that is in the garage, and I gotta locate it because I can't remember. I think it's in the black crate, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's in there. I ran across it half a dozen times already. Been like, I need to bring this inside, and just I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but I do know what I'm gonna do now with this cabinet. And this one that I have in my kitchen is going to be my sewing cabinet. So I have to move the table out of the way and get that a new home somewhere in this mass chaos that I exist in. But you know what? I am no longer stressing. And the best part is that I got up, I got moving, and I started taking care of things that I needed to take care of. I did not sit in my house, living in my sorrow. I got up, and I got moving, and I got my shit done. Something that I needed to do, or want to do, for that matter. I wasn't, you know, stressing about whatever or anything. I didn't spend my entire weekend sitting in my recliner doom scrolling all day long, not even getting out of my pajamas for the entire weekend. I have done that. I did a year of that. I've literally lost an entire year of progress from the trauma that I experienced from this bad relationship. Just making a point. So, I feel great. I feel fucking magnificent. It's been amazing. Now, yeah, back in November, I literally quit drinking for the most part every day after work. Now, today, I've been busy as fuck. Got me a beer. I've only drank half of it, and I opened it like 30 minutes ago. I'm drinking coffee now. I went outside. You know, while I got there too early, so Hobby Lobby wasn't even open, so I head over to the Dollar Tree and checked that out because I really don't frequent Dollar Trees. And I'm like, they got some cool fucking shit in here for cheap. Oh my, this is going to be a haunt. So, I was excited. And I bought $59 worth of stuff. So I got solar lights. I had to buy garden bags because they didn't have, did my mom take hers? No, she didn't. Dopey woman. I'm going to have to take a bike ride tomorrow. that's what's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up riding up north because she forgot her raspberries too. I grow them, I pick them, I give them to her. She has the ambition and the creativity and the know-how to know what to do with them. So she'll probably make a shit ton of jelly and give it away as gifts at Christmas time. Homemade jelly. Sounds good to me. You can give me one back. I don't care. I don't eat it. So she's not going to give me one back. But she can give it away. You know, courtesy. You know. I supply the berries. She supplies the motivation and the know-how. Anywho. Yeah, it's been a great Saturday. Absolute great Saturday. My sister out in Colorado, her fiance, his family has a concrete business, and so she finally got me a company sweatshirt. Yay, I had it on earlier. And I just got done washing, not so much washing, but just rinsing and then throwing in the dryer to see how these fabrics are going to act as far, you know, shrinking and whatnot. So they're kind of pre-washed. I'm going to spend the rest of my life ironing, I fear. Yeah, I got the iron out. I've got to get a towel. I'm going to snug this back. And a basket. And we're going to be ironing. Basket on one side and a basket on the other. Ironing and folding. Ironing and folding. Ironing and folding. And getting these flat again so I can get busy measuring stuff out. Seeing exactly how much fabric I've got. So the recipe that I use for this, I called my daughter to see what size crib she actually has. So she measured the mattress for me. She measured at 52. Technically they're 51. So I'm going to go with 51 and a half. And depending on the depth, you need 6 inches. So 6.5. And when you add that up, if you do it by 13, you come up with anywhere between 41 and 42 inches wide. And then you have to do the same equation. If you do 51 and a half, you've got to do 6.5, 6.5, and that's how long of a piece of material that you need. So they're coming out perfect. There's one in there that's like, that one's gonna be tight, but it'll work. Now, the flannels that I have for like the winter, yeah, those are gonna be questionable. I may end up having to go back down to the store and getting 3 more yards, a yard of each, in order to do the flannels for winter. Yeah. I was like, eek. I don't know if I bought enough. I think I got 3 yards of each. If I got 3 yards of each, then we might be okay. I might have enough material to work with. If I only got 2.5, like I got everything else, we might be fine. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. Not to mention, also, the 2 fabrics that I'm using for the bumper pad and the I've got to get like quilt batting, but it's not going to be real thick for the bumper pad and the skirt and the window stuff. Yeah, I got 6 yards of that each. So we're going to be pretty busy here the next couple of weeks, playing around with the resurrected hobby, one of the many thousands that I have. It's not it's a hobby or skill. It used to be a hobby. I actually used to sew a lot. I used to make my own clothes. I made my own baby clothes, you know, for my daughter. She's got some of the cutest rompers. I found the pattern, made them. Something special. Mommy made it herself, you know, kind of thing. Now, I still have those. They're, where are they? I've got one box of stuff out there of hers, and I've got stuff at my mother's. I think they're in the stuff at my mother's, but yeah, we're gonna be busy here. She's due middle of August, so it's gonna be yeah, pretty much every waking moment after I get home from work, I'm gonna be working on something for this baby. I can probably do one sheet a night. I'll get 8 of them done, and then I'll work on the bumper rail stuff. But yeah, I'm also doing the little like Princess Valance, you know, thing, canopy type of thing. Yeah, I've got chiffon and a ring and stuff for that. It's gonna be fun. Actually, I'm kind of getting excited about this, but yeah. So, yep, paid mom. She took care of some stuff, got things tidied up, scrubbed the stove. She loves scrubbing my stove. And even if it doesn't need it, she takes it all apart and goes to town. I'm buying new stuff for it. I've got it in, you know, it's on the way. Because the coils and the pans, they're getting nasty. So, help her out. Maybe it'll stay a little cleaner. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. It has been a very productive day, and yes. USA, I have healed. Yeah, so we're not talking about work today. Yay! Yay. My crazy job that I love. But anyway, I hope everybody's had a great Saturday. I'm going to get to ironing. I'm going to be ironing for the rest of my life. That's a lot of fucking fabric. Peace.